Okay, this tutorial is going to be on how to use Reaper for audio editing, classical style. I'm going to be showing you a version of Reaper that's very customized. It's customized for a reason so that, first of all, it'll be easy to work back and forth between Pro Tools. And what I've done for that is I loaded a configuration that allows Reaper to have the same keyboard shortcuts as Pro Tools, as well as having a lot of the look and features be the same. One of those features would be the sidebar here, which allows you to see whatever tracks you want to see in the sequence editor window. So if I click on that, you'll see how the reverb channel disappears and reappears. And then there's a group, and you'll notice that each of these tracks have these little red brackets on them. That's because this is a group that's red. I could set this to a different color, for instance. Let's make it blue. And now that becomes blue. So you can have multiple groups and you can identify them with these little bracket things, triangles. All right, we need the group so that we can edit all the audio as one chunk. So what we're looking at here is a project I did some time ago with Jeremy Hugh Williams. It's a composition written by Daniel Asia. Top track here is a vocal track that I use an AT5040 for. And then we have microphone parts, 603 piano mics, and then a pair of overall 4003s to pick up both. So a pretty simple setup. And you'll notice that every take has a different color because I've already done this one thing and I had a little bit of a problem with this working right off the shelf because I had to transfer it from Pro Tools. But anyway, the first thing you normally would do is use a command that would actually do this color coding for you, which is prepare takes, which is Command T. And that's all done with what's called a script. And if you go up here to Actions and choose Action List, you'll see it has a little question mark, so you can use the question mark key on the keyboard. And the actions we're looking for are called ReaClassical. So we're going to type in Re and then start typing classical. And here are our commands. So the first thing you're going to want to do, is, as I said earlier, is prepare the takes. I already did this on this project because I was having some problems with this for various reasons I won't go into. So they're already color-coded, but that's what that does. It actually color-codes it. And we'll also ask if you want to take the names off. I would choose not to do that. Don't take the names off because you'll want to have those in some cases to identify what items of audio you're using. And then the next step is to create a destination end marker. The destination end marker will be the place where everything that gets selected as audio for the final edit appears. So that's where all the edits are going to go to. What you would do, just go down the timeline, probably past the audio that's been recorded, and put a marker down by pressing 1 at that point. You don't really need to do a destination out marker, so the next thing you would want to do is find the start of the first bit of audio you're going to use, and then you would put your playhead there and press 3. And then you would go to where the audio is going to end and put your playhead there and press 4. Once you've done those two things, now you've defined the in and the out source points, you're going to want to paste that to your destination. And that's 0 command or the 5 command here. So the way I've done it here is so it's supposed to be sort of sequential. 1 would be where the destination is going to be. Skip to 3 for the in source point, 4 the out source point, and then finally 5 for the paste to the final destination. All right, so let's do that. So now we're looking at the audio here. There are 5 takes, and you can, I'm going to move this out of the way. You can see the names up here. The name of this tune is called God's Hand, and there are 5 full takes of it. And what I've done here is actually I've shown you up here in the markers which takes that you want to use for the final. And so what you're going to do once again is replicate my edit down here. So this is the actually edited together version. So you can see I used the purple region first. Then I went to this green region, and then I went back to the purple region, and then I went to this kind of orange region. The reason I put this up here is so that you can see that I used take 5 for the first region, and then you can look, I think you have to zoom in here, but it's this take for the second region, and then the third region, and then finally this take for the last region. So let's go through that process. So I've created a marker over here called Your Edit. I'm going to move the playhead just in front of that. And if you remember, the first thing we want to do is define the destination marker. So we're going to press 1 on the keyboard. And there it says destination in. So that's where our edit's going to appear. Okay, so now I'm going to do the actual edits. So let's take a look at my edits over here. So I'm going to zoom in on that. If you click over here, and the zoom command, just like on Pro Tools, is holding down the command key and pressing the right bracket key. So I do that, and I zoom in. Now the left bracket will zoom you out. So what I want to do here is figure out where the start and the beginning of this first section is. Let's take a listen to the start. That's where it starts. And then this is where it's going to transition into the next region. So it's the same chord. On the Sabbath eve. So we're going to try to redo that over on your edit. So over here is your edit. And I want to make sure, once again, the destination marker is there. There it is. I just hit 1 on the keyboard for it to be there. And now I'm going to find that chunk in the original audio. So let's look over here. Oh, there it is. It's take 5. It actually tells you up here that if it's *1 means that's the first chunk we used. So we'll zoom in on that, click on the mouse at the top, command right bracket, and I'm going to move the playhead just in front of the audio so we have a little lead in, and press the 3 key. That'll create a source in. Now all we have to do is find the source out, which I happen to know from the waveforms it's probably right around here. There it is. Zooming in. You can also drag the playhead. You'll get that shuttle sound. And then we'll press 4 for the source out. And we'll zoom out. You can just hold down the key. Zooms out. So now we should see when we press 5, it appear over there on the far right in our destination marker point. And we do. So we got the first little bit of audio. Now we're going to find the second bit of audio, which is this light green here, which means it's this piece right here. So let's take a look at where that starts, and we know where it starts because we just heard that chord. But where does it end? On that low chord. So all we have to do is find, now these are so close together, you can see that the waveforms are very similar because they are the same thing. So all we have to do is find the beginning point of this, which I think, unfortunately, in this take starts right at the beginning. So here we go. There it is. Let's get a little closer. Move the playhead right to the beginning. Press 3 for the source in. And then we just need to go to that point where that loud low chord is, which is right here. So I'm going to move my mouse over there, zoom in, and press 4 for the source out. Now we've got both source in and source out. So we're ready to add that to our edit. And once again, that's 5. And if we press 5, you'll see that actually it appends it on into the last region. And the neat thing is that it also puts a crossfade in here. So if we were to look at the beginning of this, or right where the transition is, you would see that there's a crossfade right there. So let's take a quick listen to the edit. And there we have it. So you're just going to rinse and repeat. Do this until you finish all the edit points, which are just really, 2 more. So I don't want to necessarily do those. I think you've got the idea, hopefully. And that concludes the audio editing tutorial. And I hope it's been helpful. If you have any questions, you can always contact me. Thank you.